Well, in a matter of weeks, the nation will see yet another election. We saw some election over the last few months, which led to the emergence of some governors across some states, and in fact, President Muhammadu Buhari getting a second term in office. Two elections will happen in November, Bayelsa State and Kogi State. And when you talk about the elections in those two states, there are several issues that come into play. Intense politicking and sometimes the issues of violence in those elections. Tonight, I'll be talking to one of those who want to be governor in the state. He's a sitting member of the National Assembly, Senator Dino Melaye of the People's Democratic Party, joins me from our Abuja studio. Thank you so much, Senator Melaye, for coming on tonight. Let me perhaps first get your view and your thought. You're a member of the opposition in the National Assembly, and a lot of talk has gone into the caliber of people that have appeared before the Senate and the ministerial nominee that are being screened. What is your view on, so far, the way the senators have conducted it? A lot of backlash, and media has been awash about what the tradition of bow and go. Not only former lawmakers, state assembly former lawmakers are also extended this favor. Also, women are extended this favor, and as well, some people who are seen as special candidates. Do you think Nigerians are happy with the way the senators have conducted themselves in the past days?
Anyway, I want to say good evening, Sheil, and good evening, Nigerians. I will tell you categorically that on social media, so I definitely know that Nigerians are not happy, especially with the way the proceedings of the screening have been conducted. And I can tell you that it is more of an adoption than a screening. I can say that without fear or favor. But I want to say that we are talking to ourselves in the Senate, and as the days go by, it will get better.
A lot of Nigerians were afraid that this particular National Assembly will be a rubber stamp to the executive. Is it a signal that that's exactly the fear of Nigerians, that whatever the executive pass on to the National Assembly, they take it hook, line, and sinker?
I'm not a presiding officer of the National Assembly. I cannot speak for either of them, but as long as some of us remain there, our voices will be heard, and we will always insist on doing the right thing. And I want to assure you that I will not be part of a rubber stamp National Assembly or Senate, as the case may be.
Are you happy, Senator, that what we are seeing today, there's really been a lot of criticism. We saw some spat, not just a few of them, but there's been no grilling whatsoever of any of those people who have appeared, because a lot of Nigerians were expecting those of them who are ministerial nominees to show themselves and show what they're made of, and how the expectations of Nigerians will be built in the cabinet that will represent them for the next 4 years in the executive.
Yeah, I actually lost you towards the end of that question, but if I get you right, you're talking about the caliber of those who have been brought before us. I do not have powers to nominate ministers, but my problem is that I've always insisted that the problem why we have these problems is because the president did not yield to the request of some of us from the National Assembly to submit the names of his ministers with their portfolios. So we are actually shooting from the dark. And it will be better if the president is submitting the names of his ministers with portfolios, so that we know their area of competence and we can ask them questions within the jurisdiction where they are going to serve. But if a man is going to be Minister of Labor and Productivity and you are asking him questions that have to do with health, or that have to do with law reforms, then automatically, you know, that exercise is a beautiful nonsense. So I want to advise, and I still insist, for the betterment of service to the country and for us to have quality screening, presidents should submit the names of his ministers with portfolios. Then we can now properly screen them. And my advice is also to the National Assembly, and I'm putting that together as a proposal to the Senate, that we should screen these ministers in committees, so that this will not delay other activities of the of plenary. If their names were submitted with portfolios, it's just to refer these ministers to committees, and the committees will now do due diligence, carry out proper screening, and use proper methodology and approach to find out if any one of them is competent for the office for which the president has suggested his nomination. And I think that is the way out in the future. The National Assembly should make sure that for bringing every one of them to plenary, it's cumbersome, it's time-consuming, and at the end of the day, there is no enough time to screen these ministers. But if you now submit these nominees to relevant committees, the Committee on Finance will screen the Minister of Finance, the Committee on Information will screen the Minister of Information, the Committee on Health will screen the Minister of Health. There will be enough time to ask questions and to also scrutinize if that person is actually prepared or equipped for the office the President has suggested him for. And I think going forward, that should be the approach. But for this approach of everyone coming and 3 or 4 people asking questions and the sentiment of bow and go and some of the senators trying to play to the gallery or trying to show support is very, very not fruitful.
All right, Senator, let me take you to Kogi State. One of the reasons why we invited you on the program, we understand that you have ambitions of wanting to become Kogi State governor. From what we understand, over 40 people have already picked nominations form to get a ticket of the PDP in Kogi State. We have a son of a former governor. We have a former governor who wants to be governor. The race is going to be intense from your perspective of your party, isn't it?
Anyway, I want to start by correcting you that it is not true that 40 people have picked nomination forms. Only 12 people have picked nomination forms. And out of these 12, I am the only one that picked nomination form from the Western Senatorial Districts. Others are all from the eastern part of the state. So only 12 people as of this morning picked the gubernatorial nomination form from the PDP. And I want to assure you that anyone in the PDP will defeat anyone from the APC, especially if it is the incumbent governor that is being fielded. Our prayer is actually that the APC produce Yahaya Bello and we can now just go and sleep. We can go and celebrate. But I want to assure you that from the permutations going on, from the point of preparedness, from the point of negotiation, from the point of contact, by the grace of God, I'm going to be the next governor of Kogi State.
You seem to be very confident, I want to look at it from one perspective. I've spoken to the former governor who preceded the incumbent governor from your party, the PDP, and he did look like he was serious about the race. And when I asked him about your own ambition, he was talking as though at some point you will concede to him. You are from the West Senatorial District, Senator Dino Melaye. I'm not sure there has ever been a governor from your senatorial region. In fact, permutations are that, and analysts have said it's actually very difficult for a governor mathematically to emerge from your senatorial district.
And I want to just tell you that from very myopic point of view, people may begin to talk like that. But I also want to assure you that there's never been a politician in Kogi State that cut across the 3 senatorial districts that is popular in every home in Kogi State like Dino Melaye. I am more popular, I can tell you I'm even more popular in the eastern flank of the state than in Kogi State. Kogi State have never produced anyone that have the competence, the capacity, the popularity, the wherewithal, and the tenacity, political capital to be governor of Kogi State like Dino Melaye. And I speak to you that it is not about tribal religion. Kogi people have gone through perilous times. We have gone through times of vicissitude and vacillation. We have gone through times of opprobrium. We have produced a governor that have completely destroyed the state. A few days ago, you saw the deputy governor was in the villa to report his governor that for 20 months, for 22 months, he has not been paid by his governor. So when I started the fight for the civil servants in Kogi State, that the governor was not paying salaries, I was being harassed, I was being intimidated, assassination attempt, incessant arrest, and even frivolous charges here and there against me in court. But today, you can see that a governor that did not pay his deputy governor will definitely not pay the civil servants. So the level, the magnitude and intensity of the satanic manifestation of Yahaya Bello in Kogi State definitely will pave a way for anybody from PDP who emerges as the candidate of the party. The man is the most unpopular governor in the history of Kogi State. Corruption is more endemic than any other time in our state history. And I want to tell you that killings, insecurity is pervasive. And I want to tell you that the people, if the election is about the people, and I know the people are with Dino Melaye, those who came here and were telling you, or those who have been going out to tell you, to say that they want to be governor of Kogi State from the PDP or APC, or ask them in the last election, what was their performance? Is it, it's not about noise making, it's about results. And it's about who is with the people. It's about the person who have the capacity to actually deliver the goods. And I want to tell you that without...
Senator Melaye, let me quickly butt in here. You have made some very strong allegations against your governor, and you have said so many things, which, of course, I know the governor will be looking at you presently and be perhaps grinning or frowning his face at some of the things that you have said. But as it stands right now today, the question a lot of people in your party are asking is whether or not you can even get a ticket of the PDP. That's a big question.
And I'm telling you now that, I just told you now that the ticket of the PDP is going to be gotten through a very transparent primaries and procedure. The PDP is a very disciplined party. Everyone that is engaged in the competition of picking the ticket is a disciplined party person who will go through the process. And I want to tell you that through the instrumentality of the delegates, both statutory and ad hoc, Dino Melaye will emerge as the flag bearer of the party, because the party know who have the capacity to deliver the people of Kogi from King Herod that is presently overseeing the affairs of the state.
Those are unflattering statements against your governor. Again, kindly be cautious with your choice of words, Senator Melaye. But let me ask you:
the truth, Mr. Sheon, have no volume. A palm wine tapper on the street would tell you exactly what I'm telling you. A transporter in Kogi State will tell you exactly what I'm telling you. A market woman in Kogi State will tell you exactly what I'm telling you. It is a fact that the hospitals in Kogi State are not functioning, they are not working. It is a fact that the governor is fighting the judiciary in the state and they were on strike for 7 months. It is a time that in the history of the state, the higher institutions of learning were locked up for 8-9 months. It is a fact that pensioners have not been paid since the emergence of the governor in Kogi State. It is a fact that he has gotten bailout once, twice. It has gotten Paris Club once, twice. Just a few days ago, he got 30.8 billion, and salaries are still not been paid. His own deputy governor have gone to President Muhammadu Buhari to report him. And I understand that Femi Falana is even going to court to garnish the account of the state to pay his own deputy governor for 20 months.
But Senator Melaye, are you not indicting yourself? Because this is the same man that on the day of his inauguration, you were the one, when you were in the APC, you raised his hand and you said a lot of things, as including the fact that he's the best man for the job.
Sheon, I want to tell you that once I was blind and now I can see. I supported Yahaya Bello on 2 grounds. One, that is a young man, and I expected him not to behave in the manner he is behaving. 2, he graduated from my alumni, Ahmadu Bello University, where I expected that anyone who passed through that great university, the university ought to have passed through him. But unfortunately, I think he passed through the university did not pass through him. So the assumption I have that as a young man, as a graduate of Ahmadu Bello University, is going to be compassionate with the people, and immediately we noticed.
How do you hope that you raised his hand as the best man the other time? How do you hope that the people of Kogi would believe you? You were the one who raised his hand the other time. You are the one saying he's not fit for the job again.
Let me tell you this: you don't know a man until you assess him. Unfortunately, Yahaya Bello was coronated as governor. He never went round to campaign. He has never won an election. He has never even contested an election. This is the first time he's trying to stand an election. So we had no grounds to assess him. We had no ground to even test his competence or test his veracity or test his character. We don't know him from anywhere. He just appeared from nowhere. And there was no basis, there was no indices, there was no criteria to use in assessing him as a person. And this is the first time we're assessing him. And
for a moment, Senator.
We now know that he's grossly incompetent and his performance is a beautiful nonsense.
Let me pause it for a moment, and we'll take a break. But before we go on that break, let me show you this. Perhaps you did not see the kind of political war that we've seen in Kogi State. Perhaps it looks like this is a call for a truce. The former governor and the national chairman of the party, Adams Oshomole, is seen in talks with the man, some people will say is God's son, in the state, political godson that is, and having a conversation perhaps for the first time, face to face, Governor Baseki there, having a conversation, and they're seeing them laughing. It's been several weeks of political war in Edo State. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll discuss more. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Let's get our concluding moment with Senator Dino Melaye, who is on his ambition of becoming the next governor of Kogi State. Your final thought on your ambition and how the race may pan out, because as we know, the confidence that you have now is the APC in Kogi State will tell you that they swept the whole member of the House of Assembly in Kogi State. They have 2 senators from APC in Kogi State. You are the only PDP senator in Kogi State. And when you come on air and say that you are going to be the next governor of Kogi State, a lot of them might be laughing at you in your home state of Kogi right now.
Anyway, Shehu, I want to tell you that everyone knew how it tested anarchy, terror, violence in the last House of Assembly elections, because nobody expected that any sane set of people will behave in the manner they are. But I want to assure you that we are now all Boy Scouts, and the motto of Boy Scouts is be prepared, and we are prepared. And I want to tell you that if elections is about the people, we have the people with us, and the people of Kogi State will speak. And I assure you that the PDP will win overwhelmingly in the gubernatorial elections in Kogi State. No doubt about that. I can bet that with my liver.
Senator Dino Melaye, I wish you the very best in the coming days. Governorship aspirant of the PDP in the coming governorship election in Kogi State, and the sitting senator, Kogi West, in the National Assembly. Thank you so much for coming on tonight.